everybody now. I think the floor is yours, Gustav. So what had happened is that the Swedish preschool sites has been migrated, and we're looking into that. Why
Yeah.
don't you just start, Gustav and Adam?
Yeah, as Torbjörn said, yesterday we kind of deployed all the changes and did the migration of the preschool. Everything went well, and now it's actually time to start checking that everything actually went well, and we don't have small things that needs to be fixed before we kind of point it to the new site. And we're gonna need your help for that, and that's why you're here, to check your pages. And I think that's about that. And I'm gonna hand over to Adam. That's gonna go through, because you have a couple of new things, ways to do things in the back end. Most of it is basically the same, but something has changed, and that's why we're here today. So Adam, please.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
So I've been working with the migration and setting up the new site and how we work in it. Most of the content is still there. It's we try to move everything into what's called a block grid, and that is kind of useful because you get a preview and you can see on the page in the back office where the content is. So I will go through a few of the blocks in the block grid. So the first one is the hero section, and this is one of the blocks in, I should say, we have two block grids. One is the hero block grid and the other one is for the content. So usually you want to fill this one with one hero, and you just enter the text and the title. I'm not sure. I think you're familiar that you had buttons and you could pick which button you did in the previous way as well. And I think most of this is self-explanatory once you get into the CMS and start working with it. Did we have a question?
Yes, we have now we have like a picture size. There is like a guideline what size picture you should have in each section. So it would be really helpful if we had that too.
Do you mean what size the resolution of this image will be?
Yeah.
Or...
What size of the picture should be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have some guideline there that we can do right size pictures to every place.
So I'm not exactly sure what the guidelines is. If it's just the resolution, these are what's called crops, and you can select for each breakpoint what size it should be and also where it should focus. So we have, I think this one has a lot of ones for desktop. And then we have the tablet version and also the mobile version. So I hope that this resolution is part of the guideline, or if it's not, we'll just go back and change it.
Yeah, but you're meaning...
This is good, yeah.
Yeah. You mean what size should the original image be when you upload it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like as large as you can get it, because this will crop the image and make it smaller.
If it's really large, does it affect you the loading fast? speed?
No, because these crops we make them smaller.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go above 4K, like very large, at least. But we also changed the format and all of that, so to make it faster for the web.
And do we need to upload all the pictures again in these new sizes?
No. Like when we migrated it page by page, and also the images were also migrated. So they were moved. So if the old pictures fit the guidelines, the new ones should fit them as well.
So I know that most of you was in this meeting that we had when Thomas kind of showed the migration. Quick one. So basically that's what we have done, and that's what's in the old site. It's over to the new site, including images and stuff like that in the right order and stuff like that. Your job now is actually to go through and see that it actually look as you want it to look, and if it's not looking the way you think it should look, then this education is for you to be in an okay, I need to move this image focus point, I need to move that text a little bit and stuff like that. So everything is there. Okay, Adam, please.
I'll continue. I don't think we had were there any more questions on the hero block. I know that when we migrated, there's a lot of different types of heroes, and that was mostly to make like the migration work. But if there's a page where you want to change the hero, that's fine. But we didn't do that in the migration job, because we kind of had to fit a standard that works for a lot of pages. I'll move on to just a simple section and the median text block. This is pretty much the same as a hero, where you add links and you can change the buttons and all of that. And this is essentially just a media and image and text block. We have the text either on the left or the right side. You can change the side here and the background plate here for the text. Almost every block is inside a layout, and we use this layout to set the background color. So if we go to the site now, it's blue. And if we go to the settings on the layout, you can change that to some other color. And we will have both elements in, or both of the blocks in that color, all three. Every block also has what's called their settings, and this is a general setting that should work on most blocks. And in this case, we have you might have to go in and adjust the spacing because something doesn't look right. So for example, you can increase it, enable it and increase it for both mobile and desktop. And it will add it around the block. So this will increase. Do you have any questions on this, these settings? Or
I'm not sure. We haven't had padding options before, so I'm not sure how this will work. We'll have to take a look at it. But when it comes in, it should look pretty much like it looked before with the updated design.
Yep. This setting just enables custom padding instead, in case you have one block where it just doesn't look right, and you need to increase it or decrease it manually. But the default, it has default values, so you shouldn't have to go to every block. It's mostly if you find some place where it looks really bad. Which next? Then we have blocks like these, which is just a card block. I don't think they are too difficult to understand. You just add the title, the headings. Semantic size here is the actual in the markup, the HTML tag size. It's not the display size. So if you want a larger title, you usually want to keep this as an H2, because Google likes to have them like you have one H1 on a page that comes from the hero, then the H2 is everything underneath. And then if you have a nested block, which you don't have, or usually have, you would mark that as a H3. But I think the default H2 fits most use cases. Yeah.
Again, these are things that we haven't had before, so it would actually be handy to, not everyone will understand very well about how these should be used. So it would be nice to have more of an explanation, but I think we may have to come back to that.
Adam, we have semantic size and then we have size. Could we kind of say display size on the size? Because I guess that is the display size.
Yeah, I think this is just wrong. We should just change it to display size.
Yeah, because basically what it is, semantic size is for Google. It's not visible, and the one is size. That's the one that is visible. So basically, you can do text that look like a H1 on the page, but Google sees it at the H2.
Yeah, I understand that sort of theoretically, but again, I'm not so into the Google what's important for Google, and I think that we probably need to know more about that in general. But and some of the editors know much more about that than I do. But I think I'm assuming it'll come in automatically again, sort of in the way it was built up before. What is the highest rating or the highest visibility for Google and so on, and then we have some chances to change some of that if there's any reason to do that. But
exactly.
Yeah, this was added because there were cases where it didn't match up. I think if you just leave this to the default value, which is H2, or you have it unchecked, it will work most of the time. The hero automatically picks it. Will be an H1 because every page should have one, the H1. So I don't think you need to worry too much about that.
I think it's an advantage. All the kinds of things that we can control ourselves. Of course, some people will appreciate that and use it more actively. But when you haven't been doing it before, then you become unsure if you do the right thing or not. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll continue with the next one. This was a card block. We have a lot of card blocks, like 4 or 5 different versions of it. For this one, it's just a simple title, an image, and a link and some text. And then you usually have some options here to change how it looks. In this case, it changes. It's just to fit another type of design. so it might look a bit odd. Yeah. I think it's just easier to play around with this. If you add new block, you can just search for card blocks, and you have like five different types of blocks. We will add thumbnails here so you can see, sort of guess what it will look like instead of having to set up 5 different blocks to find the right one. There's also another type of layout. Like every block is inside a layout unless we have set it explicitly. There's just 2 blocks that are outside, and that's a video block and a parallax block. This is they pretty much look the same, except one is playing a video and the other has a parallax block. The layout is just setting up max width on the page. So you can see all of the content here kind of fits. It has padding on the left and right side. There's spacing on the left and right side. And that is what the layout does. The other thing it does is in this case we have a 2-column layout, and that's so you can add blocks in either on the left or right side. I would avoid this type of thing because usually you have blocks designed a better way, like designed like this, which is a 2-column layout, but it's just on the 1-column layout. And that's it's just easier to make the site look good with it than trying to fix this like 2-column one. You can still use it, and we have migrated a lot of content into this type of layout, and so it usually fits the image and text quite well. I don't. Yes. I don't think we need to go through these settings. It's the same. You can set a background color. And this one for order on mobile, it just means that if the page... it just means that this video comes first on mobile. So if we resize it, the video will come first before the text. And since you have a lot of blocks that are in the opposite order on desktop, it's something we need to toggle for a few blocks. This is migrated correctly, so you shouldn't have to touch it. But if you set up a new block with 2-column layout, you might have to toggle this one. Do we have any questions on this one, or?
I have a question just about when we're going through the where you can choose the different kinds of blocks. There's not a thumbnail on everything. Will there be thumbnails coming, or?
Yes, we will add thumbnails.
That makes it much easier, of course. So.
Yeah, this is Tampere, which was the first site, so we haven't gone back and added thumbnails for everything. We can't have team specific thumbnails, so it will most likely be like the green team, Norlandia's team, that you will see here.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. You know, as long as it's the new version. So.
This in the old site or old version, you had this called global blocks, and this is you could call them reusable content blocks. So instead of defining it here, what the block should contain, it's in a folder called global blocks. Yes. Here links at the bottom of the page, and you create it here. So this is just a link block to display links, and in the block grid, you just add a global block here, and you should get. You have to navigate to it. Yeah, and you just pick it here, which one you want, and it should appear. I don't know if that one was empty or not. I think it was empty. And the use case is, well, these sort of links that you want at the bottom that isn't part of the footer. So you can keep them there. Some other things about the block grid. You can also, like 2 pages. If you click that, you will copy it to the clipboard. And you have the clipboard up here. So you can paste it, use it to paste stuff in case you need to move content. And it will copy everything inside the layout. I think, do we have any questions on the global blocks or reusable blocks? I'll move on to the listing pages. So in the old site, I think we had a few different types of article pages, and we had news item page and maybe blog or something else, if I'm not wrong. These are pretty much the same as the content page. You add content here, and the parent is just a folder. And the listing for this is what shows up in this block, where you can edit some content, how it appears in the listing. Nope, did not work. We have to go back and check that. And over. Yeah.
It's the first one. It's the top one, I guess. If you go up.
Yeah, oh, it's this one.
Yeah, it's that one. It's the first one.
Yeah. I don't. Do we have any questions on the listing? Because it's. I don't think we actually pick. Yeah, it just picks the items underneath, and for the edge cases, you have like filters, in which order it should be. Category and search filter. I'm not sure we should go through categories because it's only used on one site. And this one is a pinning functionality where you pin the first an item you want at the top. Yeah.
But these will be replacing our news sections.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to see how they're set up when we get them migrated site.
Yeah, I'm thinking like this. We go through this first, and then we kind of look at the site we migrated, and we can jump into a couple of pages there. To
Yeah,
actually
that
see it.
might be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we can go through the menu. Or let's just quickly go to the header menu or the navigation. This one is a nested one, so you basically add the title of the menu item, then the link, and then you can go 1 level or 3 levels below as well. And I think it's self-explanatory for this one. As soon as you play around a bit with it, it shouldn't be too complicated to understand. So in this case, we have a 3rd level on the navigation, and these buttons are the first. It's these 3 call to action buttons. And I think the footer should work similarly. Yeah, it's just links, and so that should and you have your social media one sharing types of things. I think that was most of what we need to go through.
Yeah, can we go to the migrated site now and kind of look at some of the pages?
Yeah, so this is Norrlandia förskolor. And what exactly do we want to look at?
Yeah, well, what we look, can we kind of have this one, and then we go in the backend, so we actually see what we are having there. Because we have seen all the blocks we have and how they are working, and now I guess that you're pretty interested in seeing that it actually worked after we have migrated it. So it's not that we're tossing you in, so you have to change a lot of stuff. Everything is there and it's kind of working, but this is more if you need to do changes.
As Gustav said, we have migrated all of the content that are on the old pages, so there's not much to change. In those cases, we had to remove something or change something. I think you all we've informed you about it, but those were edge cases, like very specific to a certain site or something. So everything should be here.
Everything is there. Every link should be working as it should, and that's basically what you need to check when you're going in. Marika?
Is this already launched?
It's not launched.
Okay.
It's migrated, and it's on a special URL.
Yeah.
So
can you also show the mobile version?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So in this case, you might want to move the image, or maybe this is the one.
So that I think the top there is a good example where you probably need to, if you go to the picture where we had the kid, that one, and then if you go to the back end in another tab, and then we kind of set the focal point to the mobile, and then we move there like that and submit. That's the things that you need to check, need to kind of make sure, because it doesn't really look the same as before because we have the pictures, we need to do something.
Yeah. This one. I think we might have to increase this, the smallest one.
Yeah.
It's kind of blurry. But yeah, that's a simple way to do it. Or I think we can also add that you can select the focal point for all of the images. So it will just be on that instead of moving, trying to center every one on the child's face. You just click on the media here, and the small like orange dot will appear, and it will move every other image here underneath it.
Yeah, so you can do it either. What you're meaning is that we put in a focal point, and then you can set all of them as in one focal point, or you can do it separately. Because this image, for example, you want to do it separately, because you should have the kid on the right side on the computer.
And the focal point essentially just moves every of these crops where it's placed together, and then you can go to the list here and change it like specifically for one like mobile or desktop. Is there any other like type thing you see here on the page that you want to go deeper into, or like, this might seem like a lot, but usually once the editors start working in it, it's they learn quickly how to work with the block grid and how to like get it to look roughly how we want it. Or
yeah, it's easier to work with this one than the one before, because we have the block grid and you have better controls over the block. Is it overwhelming?
Well, it seems like a hell of a lot of job. It looks like more work than I thought before, because there are a lot of new options, which are great, terrific, love them. But we need to put in new content and adjust everything just a little bit. So I think it's a lot of work. It's okay. Summer is coming.
Yeah, but I don't think you need to adjust that much. Because if we go to can you go to the front so we actually see it and show it? Because everything is there, and everything look as it should in the design.
yeah, I mean on some like you have a lot of text in some places that you might want to split up. I'm not sure why this has so much spacing, but I also know that we migrated this one a long time ago, so this one might not be correct. But you shouldn't have to edit too much, because if I go back to the old page, it usually looks similar to this one. At least for the stage content. But yeah, maybe you want to change this one because again, it's a lot of text. But yeah, I think.
Otherwise, it should be kind of like one-to-one. So if you need to go in and change it, it's because maybe we have too much text, maybe we have things that needs to be changed because it kind of looking weird, but it's still there and it's all in the right place.
Yeah. We like when we migrated, we couldn't like make a decision to split things up. We have to just migrate all of the block to another block, and so we can't really make like remove content or move this to another block or split it up. So it's
when it's what you are saying is where it is too much text, it's too much text even after the migration.
Yeah.
Torbjörn has a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's a bit too much text in some places, and what I'm concerned about is that the spacing looks bigger between text parts in the new version than in the old. Like you have former Quest themes here, for instance. It was like it's more spacing between. Yeah, exactly like there as well. Is that possible to fix? Because it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think this is either this one has been fixed on. We just haven't rerun the whole migration again.
Oh,
But
okay.
it should have removed the double, like a double spacing
Double line
in between.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
because
I
you are on
thought
the
so
stage
that you
right
can
now.
do it, that you can do it somehow. So, but otherwise everything is there as far as I've seen so far. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe it's important to mention the process from here because for the other countries than Swedish preschools, Swedish preschools will start with their site, and hopefully, any of those kinds of things like the spacing and so on will be, we'll be able to kind of check them off and fix the small things in this process. We're going to create a common document for people to write in questions and things that they don't think are working the way they're supposed to, and then they will be fixed before we go on with any migrating of any of the other sites. So hopefully there will be even less things to do with the other sites when we come to the migration of them, which we hope will be within the next week for those that are ready for it.
Yeah, and it's important to that the migrated site will not be launched or go live until you actually decide on that. So you can work with it in the background until you're satisfied, and then you launch it.
Yeah. I would say it's important to kind of point out that when we're doing the migration, then we actually move or kind of copy all the content into the new site. And when we have done that, then it's kind of a content stop, or you have to publish new things on both places, because otherwise it's not going to be there when we go live. So, Adam.
Yeah.
Do we have a URL for the prod?
No, because we had some issue with disabling indexing for that. So
okay. So when will we have the URL for prod?
We need to do a new deployment, so we need to plan that.
Yeah, can we do that today?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, as fast as possible, because I know that Torbjörn and Carl had kind of planned to kind of go through the new sites and need to be able to reach them. So we need to get that out as fast as possible.
Yeah, I can call. Yeah, I can check after this meeting.
Yeah, please.
That would be great, so that we can start. I'm going on a train trip, for instance, this afternoon, so it's a perfect occasion to actually just sit and click around.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, you're gonna get an URL during the day. I'm gonna come back to you, Carl, after this meeting with the exact time when you're getting the URL. I need to talk to Niklas then.
Good. I think we should maybe check that there's not any other questions about what's happening now. I don't know if anybody else has got some questions about the new platform. There's still some things to do, obviously, but hopefully they'll be fixed this week, so everybody will be able to decide when to go over to the new platform or to move over, how to do the migration, so they can start checking it.
Yeah, you will give me a heads up when there's something specific I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't migrate without saying anything. So you will be noticed, everybody.
Again, if you have a need to wait with the migration, because again, the idea is that you will stop publishing on the site when the site is migrated, then just let us know, and we'll plan for the date together. Jose.
Yeah, sorry, maybe I didn't pay enough attention, but what's the plan? When are you going to migrate? When do we need to? What's
The original plan was that we would that we're doing the preschool Sweden today.
Yes.
And just to make sure that everything is as we expect, and eventually do any corrections that because this, especially the preschools, is theme is for quite a few sites, so that when that's done, then we'll let you know how it went, and that we're ready, and then you will be able to, and then we can, in theory, we can go migrate all of the sites the same day. If you're ready, and again, that just means that you should stop publishing on your live site so that you don't have to double publish. But otherwise, that you go through and check the site, and hopefully there's very little to fix on it, and then we'll point the address to the new site on the new platform when you say go. So hopefully that will only take a couple of days for each site.
Yeah, so for my agenda, I need to have some time reserved within now and 2 weeks. Is that the correct thought?
No, you don't have to, but we'll come back to us hopefully within the week to come. We'll be able to come back and say, okay, we're ready for everybody else when you're ready, and we'll let you decide. So when you want to do it, but the idea was that we should try to do all of these before summer if we can. So just for our own sakes too.
We will check all the Swedish sites, meaning that spacing, for instance, will. I just something happened on my computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The network actually just something happened. And we will check all those things like spacing, and if there are any other things that needs to be fixed. So hopefully that will be okay when we migrate all of your sites. So yeah, we will check them.
Yeah.
All pages, all links, everything.
Yeah, we're probably going to do some tweaking after they check the preschool, and then you're going to have those tweakings when we migrated yours. So it's not going to be an issue.
Joanna has this question as well.
Thank you. Yes, I noticed yesterday when I wanted to make some edits and I couldn't get into Umbraco. I assumed that was because of the test. Was it the same for all of you, or?
Which time was it?
It must have been about 3 o'clock, perhaps 4 o'clock.
Yeah, that could have been us when we did some kind of deploy or something.
Okay, so otherwise I should be able to access. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Hero Germany, we're opening a new unit at the beginning of June. So if we could have the first week of June, that would be great. If migration could take place after the second week of June, that would be lovely.
They can do that.
Thank you so much.
Rosa has
Rosa,
a question or something. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a similar question like Joanna. Can the Polish website be migrated in June, maybe second week of June? It is not a problem. Why I ask? Because Poland has a specific script and forms, survey for parents. So will those also be migrated? It would be because that specific, okay, but that specific form is quite necessary for me to recruitation system for parents, because we have a CRM system. So that's why it's important. I am afraid because new website, quite nice, a lot of tools, fantastic. But for me, I'm afraid because now it's quite, a high season for recruitation to preschool in Poland, and I am afraid that end of June will be fantastic. But I understand maybe it's not possible. End of June to migrate it. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. Poland next, it's close to the German, so we have a similar recruitation time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's very important that we get to know that, so we can document it. So we will obviously not destroy anything for you guys. It's important that the sites are like you want them to be.
Yeah.
Yes, we won't move anything without it. And again, once we migrate it, nothing happens to the live site. Then you just go in and check the old site, and so the only real disadvantage to having migrated is that you have two sites basically going, and if you do some changes while you're looking at the migrated site on the old site, you would want to have that onto your new site as well. So you might have to double publish. But timing otherwise is up to you.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah.
We can also maybe report back after the Swedish site is published, Torbjörn, about how everything went and what the experience was.
Yeah, of course. And I think we will set up a document that we share with all of you guys. So where you can actually document if you find anything when the sites are migrated, that you can document the URL, perhaps a picture, what site it is, and so forth. So that all of us are able to see all things that we find in all the countries, so that we keep it together. And of course, we will report back when we have checked and when we go live, because when we go live in Sweden, you can all go into that site check it as well.